Who doesn't love a cute baby with a tiny business suit and sassy attitude? Throw in Alec Baldwin's voice and you've got a hit animated movie for kids. Or do you? There were scenes that went over kids' heads and only adults could understand. Watch our video to find out which scenes. Click on the subscribe button to join the CBR notification squad and give our video a big thumbs up.
Want this?
One thing was clear. He was the boss.
Baby Bottle Martini. The scene in question takes place when Tim confronts Boss Baby in the baby's room. Boss Baby's just thrown money and told Tim to get him a double espresso and some sushi. This is something babies should definitely not be asking for, and least of all eating. Where did he get the money and why does he want coffee? Believe it or not, these aren't the most concerning questions in the scene. When Tim asks Boss Baby who he is, Baby proceeds to go over to the closet and open up a safe. Okay, how did that even get there? Anyway, it's what's inside the safe that's important. He pulls out a baby bottle, which isn't too strange, right? But in addition, he also pulls out a silver cocktail shaker, just like when you'd see at a bar. He proceeds to shake his bottle, just like a martini. But why does Boss Baby have one? Perhaps the scene is meant to convey how adults feel after a long day of work, but really, this makes us question what's really in Boss Baby's bottle. Is it milk? Is it milk with alcohol? Is the narrative telling us that milk is like alcohol to babies? So many questions. But don't worry, this moment was only registered by adult viewers.
Dad? Hey.
How would you like to have a baby brother? Ah, the joys of being an only child. They can be great, right? Well, for some of us, it didn't last long. And for Tim Templeton, things sure change when his little brother arrives. Boss Baby comes in and runs the entire household, much to Tim's horror. In the beginning of the film, we're introduced to the Templetons through Tim's imagination and a montage of time spent with his parents. We see a happy family of 3, which Tim makes very clear that he thoroughly enjoys. In the case of little Tim Templeton, everything begins to change when his parents routinely tuck him in at night. His father leans in close to him and asks him how he'd like to have a baby brother. Tim responds with, "No thanks, I'm enough." The next moment is Tim's parents looking at each other and then down at his mom's very pregnant belly, and they smile at each other while Tim sleeps. This moment is not understood by kids, but adults and parents everywhere enjoyed the moment of Tim's pure innocence. But the parents and adults know that there's clearly nothing to be done at this point. Kids, much like Tim, were oblivious to the shared parent moment that happened.
For those of you who love ad-free viewing and free things, we're excited to announce the Premium Network. The Premium gets you early access to videos from CBR, The Gamer, Screen Rant, and many other great channels. Thousands of videos in one place with ad-free browsing. How sweet is that? Sign up for free The Premium by clicking the link to start binge-watching videos from your favorite channels.
Pacifier Portals. When Boss Baby and Tim begin to reconcile, Boss Baby tries to explain to Tim where he comes from. When Tim doesn't listen, Boss Baby brings over a pacifier to Tim and tells him to suck it. Tim refuses and says he won't because he doesn't know where it's been. To which Boss Baby responds, "It's not where it's been, it's where it'll take you." They sit across from each other and suck on the pacifiers faster and faster. The coated substance on the pacifier alters Tim's state of mind and allows Boss Baby to show him where babies come from. Much like the scene in Batman Begins where the mentor figure, Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's if you're a fan of the animated series, makes Batman inhale a kind of drug to help him focus, Boss Baby does the same to Tim. Say what? Yes, pacifiers seem to be some sort of psychedelic that makes babies trip out. They pretty much are taking peyote in the desert and going on a spiritual journey. The revelation comes from a very cute and excited monologue when Boss Baby and Tim arrive in a kind of spirit form to the Baby Corp building in the sky. Boss Baby reveals that the Binky has power, and once they're weaned off of it and the bottle, they forget about the Baby Corp in the sky.
A memo can change the world.
Trumpy Mannerism. This next one has been pointed out by fans and critics globally. It's a compilation of scenes throughout the film. Boss Baby is a corporate fiend when he first steps onto the scene. He cares about nothing but himself, for his company Baby Corp, and of course getting that corner office. He's always in a suit and making business calls. He wages a plan of attack against all puppies and the Puppy Corporation because they're stealing all the love in the world. In the Playdate scene, he gives an entire presentation and speech about puppies being the enemy because they're stealing what rightfully belongs to babies. Boss Baby says, "This is war. Puppies are winning and babies are losing." Sound a bit familiar? No? His mannerisms and facial expressions throughout definitely strike a familiar chord. That bottom lip pout, one eyebrow raised, and his way of talking seems very similar to President Trump. Or perhaps it's because Boss Baby is voiced by Alec Baldwin, who portrays Trump on Saturday Night Live. Sometimes hard to separate the two at this point. It seems like Boss Baby's voice performance is very similar to that of Alec's Trump.
Babies take up a lot of time. They need a lot of attention. They get all the love.
I've come for your soul. Once the plan is set in motion to bring down Puppy Corps, Boss Baby and Tim decide to break into headquarters. After all, there's no better bonding experience for siblings than getting in trouble together, right? Just kidding. We don't condone any such troublesome acts. While the kids are sleuthing, they come across a door that says "Keep out, no kids allowed," to which Boss Baby says it's begging them to go inside. Once inside, they find a room full of filing cabinets. Baby then mentions that he thought puppies shredded everything. This happens right after they walk through the filing cabinets and the door closes on its own, leaving them in complete darkness. Boss Baby shines a flashlight underneath his face, lighting him up all spooky-like as he says, "I've come for your soul," in that deep Alec Baldwin voice of his. It's such a creepy moment, but it's so brief, it's almost entirely missed by kids and maybe even some adults.
I'm the boss. I don't have that kind of spare time.
Long Island iced tea. Drinks are a part of human life. We're made up of mostly water anyway, right? So it's natural humans crave liquids. Children love beverages, so much so that they make a ton of specially packaged kid-sized beverages. They're all especially fun with silly straws. We miss drinking chocolate milk with our silly straws. From apple juice, orange juice, Capri Sun, to chocolate, strawberry, or regular milk, kids love a variety of beverages. There's a whole market for them. However, there are kids' drinks and then there are adult drinks, and children should never have adult drinks. However, like the aforementioned section with Boss Baby drinking his milk martini, there's a scene in the film where the two boys go to Vegas. Tim, who's 7 years old, is drinking a Long Island iced tea and ends up disliking it. This went over the heads of many kids, but as adults, we got on quick. A Long Island is a strong cocktail drink with several types of different alcohols inside. No child should be drinking anything other than juice, water, and milk, but luckily most kids wouldn't notice this. Did you notice?
How can we trust him?
Come on, he's just a baby.
Pacifier Danger. After we meet him and see his extreme reluctance for a baby brother, we're segued into an assembly line of babies in heaven. This heaven factory is Baby Corp, the manufacturer of babies for all over the world. Pretty adorable, right? These babies are quite literally in an assembly line comprised of adorable naked baby butts. The babies then get conveyor belted and plopped into diapers, in which our Boss Baby gets hit in the crotch. From the get-go, we see he's different. He fights the entire process. Even in the gender selection process, he gets bounced back and forth before he's flicked over to the boys' side. His little booties get put on his hands, and the assembly line keeps going, so we see that the pacifiers are being inserted into babies' mouths. But Boss Baby is backwards, which means his butt is where his mouth is supposed to be, but he quickly adjusts himself before it's too late. Thank goodness, because that could have ended very differently. This hilarious moment happens so quickly, we don't think kids are even able to recognize it. And if they did, well, it's not the worst thing they could notice in this film, right?
You would never ask your parents for an old toy.
Lamb Lamb?
Everyone wants the hot new thing.
Corporate culture. Boss Baby takes the idea of corporate business to a new level. In the intro's factory conveyor belt scene, babies are tickled and sent to a family if they laugh. Boss Baby doesn't laugh, and his light flashes for him to be sent to management. This moment is hilarious to adults because to some, well, they know that management can be pretty serious. Dare we say that they can sometimes suck all the joy and laughter from a room? Also, there's the scene where Tim and Boss Baby's weird binky trip takes them to Baby Corp. It's here that Boss Baby takes him on a tour of the office, which is filled with babies in suits doing office duties in cubicles and mandatory naps. By the way, don't mandatory naps sound like a fantastic idea? While Boss Baby gives a tour, he explains his goal is to get to the corner office, which comes with its own potty. Many kids wondered why anyone would want that, but adults immediately get the reference. That is one of the highest promotions someone working a corporate job can get. Sure, kids get the idea that there's company and business stuff going on in the film, but they definitely will not get any of the nuances until they themselves start working a corporate job.
Oh no, it's been nabbed by some bandito.
He got Betty Sue dressing like a Pega Sue and had Anna Ray.
There we go.
Casual Friday. Boss Baby wants to save Baby Core by bringing down Puppy Core. If Boss Baby is successful, that means his mission is complete and he'll leave the Templetons alone. This means Tim will be the only child again, which is exactly what he desires. Although, as adults, we knew this wouldn't happen because we figured this was all part of Tim's wonderful and overactive imagination. Don't worry though, we're not going to open that Pandora's box about what's really going on with the overactive imagination. Those topics are in our other videos. When Tim and Boss Baby decide to join forces and work towards a common goal, they pretend to love one another. The next scene opens up with Boss Baby's butt cheeks to the left of the frame. He shuffles side to side while Tim tries to convince him to put on an outfit. Boss Baby tells him that he doesn't wear nauticals. It's not even Friday. For those of us adults who have worked corporate jobs in an office space, we instantly got the joke. Fridays are usually called casual Fridays in office spaces. These days are reserved for, you guessed it, casual clothing. This one was so quick, even adults might have missed it, so don't feel too bad.
Templeton Timothy, middle name. I'm sorry, Leslie.
Boss Baby title. Sure, the film is called Boss Baby because it features the title character who is in fact a boss and a baby. He wears a suit and is a self-proclaimed boss. In one of the scenes, Tim confronts the Boss Baby in his room and asks him, "Who are you?" Boss Baby calmly answers, "Let's just say I'm the boss." The story derives from the fact that once new babies are born, they completely take over the lives of their parents. A parent's sole job at that point is to devote themselves to their child. They effectively become the employee to their new tiny human boss. This metaphor was explored in Marla Frazie's children's book, The Boss Baby, from which the movie is based on. She focused mainly on the story of how a baby comes in and controls your life. The film explores more of the sibling rivalry/love aspect. Most kids watching only grasp the concept of sibling rivalry. Adults, on the other hand, especially parents, will really know what the film and the title mean.
Every night at dinner, I will be there. Every birthday party, every Christmas morning, I will be there.
So, did you notice any moments that we missed? Which ones did you agree with and disagree with? Let us know in the comments section below. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with CBR and like and share our video. Thanks for watching.